I just don't get it. Why does Kyler Murray get the type of defense all-time players should be only reserved for? Let's break that down, and let's talk about some Phoenix Suns today. Next.
The Ben Garcia Show. Yeah. Woo. Best show in the land. Yup. Listen. Come and get your information from Ben Garcia. Get the latest on your quarterback, running backs, and receivers. Tune in, so any other show you don't need them. Any news that he giving out, please just believe him. Giving out the latest prediction and top-notch analysis. Wanna hear the truth, better have thick skin like calluses. The latest move that your team just made can be damaging. The dudes ain't speaking no facts, they just be rambling. Lights, camera, action, turn on the show, go get the cameraman. Yeah. Lights, camera, action, turn on the show, go get the cameraman. The Ben Garcia Show.
What is up? Welcome into yet another edition of the Ben Garcia Show. Appreciate you guys tuning in on this wonderful Wednesday. For me, it's a closing Wednesday. Me and my wife are closing on our first house today. Pretty miraculous and immaculate stuff. You guys are the reason for that. You guys continue to support the things that I do, whether it's this show, whether it's Locked On Phoenix Suns. And so for that, I am eternally grateful. So pretty soon here, probably in like the next week, this setup is just going to completely change, which is crazy because we just had this setup. We just created it. But good things happen. Great things happen. And it's all because of you guys, the lovely folks of the Ben Garcia Show, as well as Locked On Phoenix Suns. So appreciate you guys doing that and joining me here today on this wonderful Wednesday edition. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, follow me on all social media platforms at Ben Garcia Show. Recently, a lot of you guys have been DMing me, and I'm pretty sure I've been getting back to everyone. It's been really cool. One of these guys, I forgot what his name was. I'd have to look it up right now. And you know what I'm going to, because why not? My guy David Sloan. He told me, he's like, I saw you at the coffee shop the other day, and I wanted to come say hello, but like I just didn't have the second, or you looked busy or whatever. And I was just like, dude, come say what's up. You guys, if you guys ever see me out in public, come say what's up. Let's talk, let's chat, let's be friends. So with that being said, guys, follow me on all social media platforms at Ben Garcia Show. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe to this show. Okay, let's talk about this Cardinals-Packers game, which we will get into in just a minute. But I want to start here. The Kyler Murray topic of conversation, it is, and back to Constitution, thank you for your $1.99 donation, man. I really appreciate that. Thank you. The Kyler Murray, Jacoby Brissett conversation is reaching insane levels of delusion. I keep seeing people posting the most insane, just reaching for defenses of Kyler Murray. I don't get it. I truly don't get it. Kyler Murray is someone who has not earned this kind of defense. Yet you have some Arizona Cardinals fans and media members. This is not just crazy delusional fans, which, again, in a good way delusional. You're a fan through and through. I'm not going after anyone. But it's not just fans. And it's not just media members, it's everyone. Delusional about the defenses of Kyler Murray. I don't get it. I truly don't get it. No one who is reasonable has said that Jacoby Brissett is a better quarterback than Kyler Murray. The statistics don't reflect that. And Kyler's peaks are far more superior than anything Jacoby Brissett has ever done in the NFL. This is not me going after Jacoby Brissett. He knows what he is. He's a career backup, and that's a good thing. He's going to play 15 years in the NFL, make $100 million, live on a beach, and barely ever have to work during his NFL tenure. He's a vet through and through. He knows his place, and he's going to help, like he's done over his past couple years, stabilize the quarterback position when players go down. And truly, I think Jacoby Brissett is a true pro's pro. He plays the game the right way. He does things correctly. He prepares correctly. And he's probably a top 3 backup quarterback. And that means he's always underpaid. The way he played against the Indianapolis Colts, he's underpaid. If he somehow defeats the Green Bay Packers this week, interesting. And so you guys are going to see some interesting things come out of today's practice. I'm not sure if I can report this, so I'm not going to. But the Cardinals, I'll keep it like this. The Cardinals are keeping that quarterback controversy very close to the vest, per a conversation I had last night. Very close to the vest. Meaning, I think Kyler Murray might be healthy to go, but they're making that guy kind of sit down and say, let's wait till you're really healthy. Let's just see what Jacoby Brissett's got. I think you're going to see some reporting today, and I'm not a reporter, I'm not a journalist, that's not my job, but I think you're going to see some reporting today that is, that's interesting. That's interesting. So, I'll leave it at that when it comes to that quarterback controversy. Here's the other thing. The Kyler Murray apologists, the people that are going to bat for him for God knows what reason, it is starting to really feel like the Justin Fields Chicago Bears days of quarterback controversy. It's starting to feel like some people are clinging to him the way that Chicago Bears fans clung to Justin Fields in hopes that they didn't draft Caleb Williams. That's what it feels like. Now, I'm not saying that Kyler Murray and Justin Fields are the same type of player. Kyler Murray is supremely more talented and a better player than Justin Fields. But the way that those two are defended, that's what it feels like. And I just don't know where Kyler Murray earned this kind of defense or this kind of I guess this type of fanatic to be able to defend him like this. Like, I understand when Kevin Durant stands, are with their guy through and through. Like, yeah, it's a little delusional, but that's sports. Everyone's a little delusional. But he's a top 10 basketball player of all time. I get it. You want to defend your guy. Kyler Murray, I just don't understand it. It feels like low sports self-esteem. This team has obviously never won anything. And the second you have one shiny toy that does some things really well, but has shown the inability to, or has not shown the ability to be consistent throughout his career, and you just sit there and defend him. I don't get it. For a guy that outside of his rookie of the year and a couple of Pro Bowl appearances, but reminder, Scoop Huntley once made the Pro Bowl, Kyler Murray has done nothing in the NFL. Nothing. He's accomplished nothing in the NFL. He had 1.5 year stretch where he looked like an MVP. And that's what people have been clinging to for the past 4+ seasons. Because what people often forget is he was one of the reasons why that team crashed and burned. Now, Cliff Kingsbury was obviously a beta male head coach, and I think he's a very bad head coach. Might be a good OC, but a very bad head coach. And then Kyler's only playoff appearance, he played against the Los Angeles Rams. The only reason why they weren't playing a home playoff game is because they collapsed that season. They had to go on the road on Monday Night Football in front of a national audience and get their brains beaten in. Kyler was terrible in that game. And his lack of maturity and leadership showed. Colt McCoy had to finish that game kneeling it out because Kyler didn't want to go back out there. Yeah, Kyler's been more mature. Yeah, Kyler's been more of a leader. Has it been enough to be a franchise quarterback in the NFL? I don't know. That's not even what I'm focused on. What I'm focused on in his 7 seasons in the NFL In his 7th season in the NFL, he has shown no promise to be a consistent quarterback. We know the peaks are high, and believe me, we know that the valleys are low. But if Kyler Murray, and I agree with this, is the better quarterback and more talented quarterback than Jacoby Brissett, Jacoby Brissett is the more consistent quarterback. And having Jacoby as your long-term starter, I've got a decade worth of data to show you it's a bad place to be too. But it does give you an idea of what it would look like with maybe a rookie quarterback or someone else. Maybe it's a Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold type. I don't know. But that's what that feels like to me. That's what that feels like to me. You're seeing the consistent nature of Jacoby Brissett. And if he's not the talented and better quarterback, he's the more consistent one. We know what we're going to get out of Jacoby Brissett consistently. And it ain't a superhero, but it also isn't someone that's going to turn over the ball or commit bad intentional grounding penalties because they're scared to get hit. And so, Jacoby Brissett is nothing special, but he does give you a glimpse of what would it look like with someone else who's a little bit more consistent, maybe younger, and can lead the next great version of the Arizona Cardinals. Because I don't know if because Kyler Murray isn't talented enough or consistent enough to lead this team out of the purgatory of the NFL. That's what it is. And I know that's hard for people to hear, but it's starting to really feel like the Justin Fields argument of, well, look at him. It's Matt Eberflus's fault. Well, no. Now it's, who the heck is the head coach of the, it's Matt Eberflus's fault. No, it's Aaron Glenn's fault. No, it's Mike Tomlin's fault. He just needs an offensive head coach. With Kyler Murray, it's Drew Petzing's fault. No, it's Cliff Kingsbury's fault. No, it's Jonathan Gannon's fault. No, he needs a whole different system. The NFL is not perfect. You have to show that in chaos, you can still be consistent, and Kyler Murray has not shown that. And it is baffling that through this far of his career, people go to bat for him in the most insane ways. And it's like, chill, man. Kyler Murray is not one of the greats or one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL. You don't need to go to bat for him this hard. And I can promise you, he goes somewhere else, he might be better, but he's still going to have some of the issues that can't be fixed. Kind of short. He doesn't like to get hit. Those types of things. So, weird, man. I was talking to, someone at the Suns game last night who also covers the Cardinals, and I don't want to give anyone away because maybe they don't want these conversations out there. And I'd asked him, and I was like, why does Kyler Murray get such an insane defense? Like, I don't get it. I get, rooting for your guy and seeing the potential, but it's just insane. Just wild. Dan T in the chat. This is funny. Did you of all people just call someone a beta? Yes. I did just call Cliff Kingsbury a beta. He is a beta male head coach. That I will not shy away from. But you can call me one too. I think it's kind of funny. At the end of the show, I'll take all your guys' comments. If you have a super chat, obviously, clearly, I'll read those right away because I don't want people to feel like, even if they're making fun of me, I don't care. Call me what you want. I'm hard on players. I'm hard on coaches. Be hard on me too. Totally fine. But if you have a super chat, I'll read it. Anyways, thanks for your $2 donation, Dan. Appreciate that, man. And thanks for the hate watch this morning. That's actually kind of funny. Thanks, brother. Hope your day is a good one. As far as this Cardinals game, there is a world where this game is really close again. We'll dive deeper to it on Friday, but this is like my first reaction to it, the matchups and what it will look like. I have no idea how they're going to block Micah Parsons. Paris Johnson is going to hold his own, but holy cow, man. If Jonah Williams is on the right side in this game, Micah Parsons is going to push him around like a rag doll. That is concerning. So there's going to be, there's going to be some more heavier protections. You're going to want to have a tight end chip. Trey McBride's going to have to help Jonah Williams a lot. They've got real game wreckers. Rashawn Gary is a real pass rusher as well. But the offense of the Packers, I really like Jordan Love. I think he's obviously a top 10 quarterback in the NFL. I really like Jordan Love. But he does have the tendency to do this a little bit. Younger quarterback. It has gotten a little bit better this year. But he's missing a lot of weapons. Like Dontavian Wicks and Romeo Doubs are his number one weapons right now. Like, there's no Jaden Reed. Tucker Kraft has been pretty good. Matthew Golden, the rookie wide receiver, that's still good. That's all great and dandy. But I don't think that their offense scares me to an insane degree. I don't think the Cardinals defense, which people have been blaming over the last couple of days, which is just insane. It was before this game, the best team in points per game allowed in the NFC. That's a pretty good defense. And if you listen to the show, I've told you, defense no longer wins championships. It's the offensive side of the ball. But I do think the Cardinals defense, just, quick analysis on this, can hang with the Packers offense. I think they can force a timely turnover. I think that they can speed up the mental clock of Jordan Love a little bit. Jordan Love is been prone to the occasional mistake. I think that's why the Packers like him. He's a bit of a gunslinger, kind of like Brett Favre was. Aaron Rodgers was not this. Aaron Rodgers was obviously a gunslinger and very talented arm, but he did not throw up interceptions because oftentimes he didn't want to put the ball in harm's way. Jordan Love will put the ball in harm's way. You have to make him pay for that. And then the Cardinals offense against the Packers defense, which really concerns me. I think this is the game as well where Jacoby Brissett goes back to being, 220 yards, maybe 2 touchdowns, probably 1. And then, of course, maybe the patented interception. So I think this is going to be a game that if you're going to win, it's got to kind of be low scoring. And it's like a 24-19 game. And if the Cardinals can get a defensive turnover, that'd be a big help to this team too. But that's where I'm kind of at so far. We'll get into deeper predictions for this game, on Friday. But I wanted to give a quick analysis. I'm worried about that offensive line. Rashawn Gary and Micah Parsons on either end. Whoever's got Jonah Williams, buckle your chin strap. Maybe send someone to chip a little bit. Slide your protection over. I believe in Paris Johnson's ability to go one-on-one with anyone, quietly having one of the best left tackle seasons in the NFL. It's really just everyone else. So, Zach Vital, it's a good point. We'll talk about that on Friday. The Arizona Cardinals, the Arizona Cardinals defense is good until they get tired. You said tried, which is okay. It's early in the morning. But until they get tired, I do buy that. We'll get more into that on Friday. But the quick analysis of that really is, listen, the Cardinals defense is always on the freaking field. The Cardinals offense has to put together long extended drives and give these guys a little bit of a break. And that will absolutely be a partial key to this game. But for now, this is what it looks like. This is what it looks like right now. And it is, I would say it's just this game's concerning. You guys probably know where I'm leaning in this game. Plus 6.5 though. If you're a betting man, and I've gotten the Cardinals lines right every single week, I'd probably take the Cardinals to cover that. Again, it kind of feels like a desperation game at home. You're looking to think and salvage the season. I could see them covering 6.5. We'll see about what it's going to look like as a whole, though. Okay. So some quick Suns talk last night since I was at the game. And, you didn't see a lot of the main players play in this game. There was no Devin Booker, Royce O'Neal, Grayson Allen, Ryan Dunn. Obviously no Jalen Green, Mark Williams. The Phoenix Suns, like I've seen this. It's so interesting how the Arizona sports landscape works. You desperately want to have two good teams at one time, but it feels like that never happens. If the Cardinals and Suns are bad, the Diamondbacks are making the World Series. If the Cardinals and Diamondbacks are bad, the Phoenix Suns are frisky and fun and fighting with the Denver Nuggets in a 6-game playoff set with the future NBA champion Denver Nuggets. If the Suns and Diamondbacks are bad, the Cardinals are on a hot win streak, starting the season 7-0. So it might just be the Suns' time in this proverbial cycle that makes no sense to be the kind of light at the end of the tunnel for Arizona sports. I know people have been clowning on the Phoenix Suns pretty much all offseason long. They got made fun of for going after Mark Williams, even though it made a ton of sense, and they gave up like nothing for him when the Los Angeles Lakers just recently gave up their first-round pick in Dalton Knecht and then an unprotected first-round pick for Mark Williams. Expectations matter. And if your expectations this year are that the Suns are going to be frisky and fun and a playoff-level team, then I gotta be really honest with you. That is teetering on the brink of, well, we'll see. Don't get your hopes too high. But if you're banking on this team playing the type of game where I've continued to put it like this, the Suns are going to, like last year when I was at games, and I'll be at a lot of games this year, so if you're there, come say what's up. But last year, there was a lot of games where the Rockets came to town, the Thunder came to town, the Celtics came to town, and me and other Suns media members would say to ourselves, hey, you guys want to take bets on how quickly they're down 30 points? And we were completely serious, and they'd lose these games by 20, but they'd be down 30 in them by some point. That is no longer going to happen this year consistently. The Suns are going to be very interesting this year. They're also going to be a team that will have the occasional blowout and they'll lose by 25 points because every team deals with that during the duration of a long 82-game season in the NBA. However, it's going to happen much more infrequently. And instead of the Oklahoma City Thunder coming into Phoenix on a random Tuesday night in November, and they walk in that game thinking they're just going to roll over the Phoenix Suns, that is not going to be the case. The Thunder will still beat the Suns, but it is more likely going to be a 96-92 type loss where they leave and say to themselves, damn, this was supposed to be an easy game. This was supposed to be the Brooklyn Nets on a random January where we kind of take the night off, coast, and beat this team, and we're sitting the bench for the last 20 minutes because the lead is so big. That's what this Suns season is about. And yeah, when I saw Kevin Durant say the other day, no expectations equal better vibes. Absolutely. The championship and bust mentality that the Phoenix Suns and Phoenix Suns fans and media members have been operating off of over the last 3.5 seasons, that is a terrible place to be. Because championship or bust just means that there is one scenario that will make you happy. There is one scenario that will satisfy your watching of the Phoenix Suns. And that is if they win a championship. And do you want to know why that is so toxic? Because it's probably not going to happen, but you're going to hold the team accountable for it anyways. The Houston Rockets added Kevin Durant. They have championship or bust aspirations. When they lose to the Oklahoma City Thunder or the Denver Nuggets, who are both freaking buzzsaws this year, and I think both better teams than the Houston Rockets, Rockets fans are going to be pissed off if they lose in the Western Conference Finals. They've got like a 2-year window with Kevin Durant where they feel like this is their time to shine. This is their time to win a championship. I don't think it's crazy for Phoenix Suns fans to have a better season than the Rockets fans. Not saying they'll be better than the Rockets, but if your expectations are the Suns are hovering right around 500, they make the play-in games, and you're crossing your fingers that Devin Booker can go supernova Devin Booker for 1 or 2 games in the play-in and make the playoffs and then give a first or second seed a little run for their money, that is the correct expectations to be at. But a couple of weeks ago, a couple weeks ago even, I wasn't sold on this team being as good as I think that they might be this year. And it wasn't until I had Jason Timpf of Hoops Tonight on the Locked On Suns podcast, where someone who I think is very level-headed and seeing this from a national scale, from the outside looking in, when he said that 500 or over 500 was on the table for the Phoenix Suns, it really opened up my eyes. Meaning, I think this team is a firm play-in team with the hopes of being the 6th seed. I think it's virtually impossible for the Suns to be a playoff team. Last year, if we're going off of that, they'd have to be 14 games better to get into the playoffs last year than they were the year to get in the playoffs last year. To get in the playoffs this year than they were last year. And I don't know how you subtract the top 10 basketball player of all time and win 10 plus games. Like, if they do that, there's clear questions about Kevin Durant, and maybe the Houston Rockets haven't been playing very well. But my point is, I see the vision. And when you add all these young players around Devin Booker, and for the first time the Suns have an identity, I don't think it's crazy for Suns fans to get excited about this season, to get excited about this team potentially overshooting expectations. And then next year, when the Suns look competent, can they be able to pick a star to superstar player? I think Larry Markkinen fits this bill a lot. Could they go out and pick out a Larry Markkinen, add them to the team, and, hopefully try to give up minimal assets to do so? That's going to be tough. It's going to be nearly impossible. But if you did that, then the Suns would firmly go back into contender spot. Because this team is deep. It might not be more talented than last year, but it's deeper than last year. And, the Suns have a clear identity of what they are. They're going to be a defensive-driven team that pushes teams around often. And so I'm excited for the Suns season. I don't know what they're going to be as a whole. I'll be at next week's home opener as media, but I think this team is going to surprise a lot of people. And I think after like a month and a half, you're going to start seeing on ESPN, are the Suns a, scary playoff team? Are the Suns a dark horse playoff team? Because the Suns, I think they could do that. But with that being said, guys, I'm going to take the last couple of minutes of taking your questions in the chat. Every day I will do that on this show whenever I'm here. So let's see if we got anything on here. Here's $1. Don't spend it. Golly. Thanks, man. Thanks, Back to Constitution. My guy in the chat, Mikey, Desert Cardinal. Cardinal shouldn't play till he's 100%, but after he's healthy, he should play. I don't think it's a bad take at all. I get that. Back to Constitution. Some of the massive fans' money is probably going to get paid to non-fans. Yeah, that is true. Aaron Van Buren, if they go back to Kyler next year, I'm done. I mean this in the nicest way. No, you're not. No, you might feel like you're done, but you're not going to be done. You'll still root for this team, and I'll still cover this team. We all get reactionary when it happens. Like, I'll tell my wife, maybe I should just quit this thing. It's not going to work, but like, we're just angry. Doesn't mean we stopped caring. Love you, man. Dan T, not a hate watch. Loved the content. Just made me laugh. Thanks, Dan. It's all right. You can call me whatever you want. I'm not gonna, not gonna get mad at you at all. I think it's funny. I have big opinions. I'm harsh on coaches. I'm harsh on players. It's okay if fans are harsh on me, or if listeners. I don't have fans. I have listeners. If they're hard on me. I talked about Zach's comment already. Anyone coming back from injury, not sure. Are you talking about the Suns? Because if the Suns, Jalen Green just re-aggravated that hamstring. We'll see if he comes back. But the Suns are mostly healthy. Mark Williams is going to play next Wednesday. Ben, do you think the whole coaching staff is gone this season? For the Cardinals? No, I don't think they get rid of anyone. I don't see it. Outside of Drew Petzing, whose contract's up, I don't think they get rid of him. What's a realistic trade to get back for Kyler Murray if he's moved? I don't know, man. Carson Wentz once went for a first-round pick. So, I don't know. Does my guy Ian in the chat, Kyler to the Raiders for their second? Feels a little low. It feels a little low. You guys have to remember, Kyler Murray has shown a lot of talent, and teams are going to buy into that. If they get a second-round pick for Kyler, I get it, but I would need a second and a third. It's still a quarterback. I'm not saying Kyler is awesome. I'm just saying, objectively, quarterbacks get inflated. So yeah, fellas, good questions. With that being said, don't forget to follow me on all social media platforms at Ben Garcia Show. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the show. I got to go sign something for my wife on our house before she leaves. But stay safe, guys. Have a good one. And I will talk to you guys on Friday at 7 a.m. Thanks for tuning into the Ben Garcia Show.